Hi, my name's Giselle Monbiot. I'm here for my weekly tips and techniques on how to deal with anxiety. Anxiety doesn't have to be to a point where it's in full-blown panic attacks or completely out of control. Anxiety can be the feeling of stress or worried or frustration or concern. And what is really helpful at times like that is to be able, when you start to realize your emotions are getting too strong or overwhelming, there are certain things that you can do to help yourself be able to just bring yourself back in a little bit, and be able to look at the situation a bit more easy. So when we are feeling worried, anxious, stressed, it's very difficult to have those coherent thoughts where we can sort of have a regulated viewpoint. So there's some really, really useful little tips and techniques that you can use along the way. Today I'm going to teach one, so it's a sort of a grounding exercise. The thing is, when you are worried, when you're concerned, when you're anxious, what happens is our thought processes become negative. They add to that sense of anxiety and worry. We have those thoughts zooming around and around. So this little exercise is really, really useful just to be able to ground you and take you out of your thoughts and just become calmer. And it could be something you can do reasonably efficiently and quickly. It's something you can teach children. This one is really, really good for children as well, but adults are great. It's great for adults too. It's great for everyone. So it's great for the whole family, and it's really, really simple. It's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you do initially is you just take a few deep breaths. So when you start to notice that you're feeling a rise of emotions that you are feeling that maybe you don't want to be experiencing, just recognize it. This is not something to be doing with judgment or criticism, just recognizing to yourself, I've got that feeling. And at that point, just take a few deep breaths. So you sort of breathe in through your nose and then breathe out. And just focus on that. And that will just start the process of calming down. And after you've done that, say about 5 times, what you start to do is you start to notice 5 things you can see. So it could be a pen, it could be a light, it could be the sunshine, it could be someone that you're close to, so is in the same room as you. So you just say 5. So it might be, I see a light, I see the sun, I see Bob, I see my foot, I see my finger. Then the next thing you do is you do count 4 things you can touch. So it might be your hand is on your leg, so I touch my leg. I can feel my hair. You can sort of actually, when you bring your attention to the top of your head, you can actually feel your hair. I can feel the seat. I can feel my trousers. Then you go on to sort of 3 things that you can hear. I can hear a car. I can hear my children playing. I can hear my voice. And then 2 things that you can smell. I can smell my coffee. I can smell my perfume. And then the last thing is 1 thing that you can taste. I can taste my coffee. So you just go that. So it's 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. Now the reason why this is so effective is it's a lovely way. So when we're feeling stressed and we're feeling anxious, we can become very internalized with that. We become very internalized on the emotions that we're feeling, the thoughts that we're feeling. And we sort of go in, and we're often here. We're often just in our heads. And you might also be focusing on the feeling of anxiety that you've got as well. So by bringing your attention out of you to the external environment, what that starts to do is it takes your attention away from the anxiety and it brings your attention to the outside world. And also what it does, it takes your attention away from your thoughts, and it takes your thoughts to, what's going on out there? And by starting to think to yourself, what's happening, what can I see? What you start to do is you start igniting this frontal lobe, the front of your brain. And this is the part which regulates emotion. When I'm sure I've talked about it every week because it's such an important part that, when we're anxious, we're in that threat system, we're in that limbic part of the brain, which is all just about keeping yourself protected from a perceived threat. But it's very hard to regulate emotion when you're in there. So by doing this very simple exercise, you start to ignite this part of the brain, which then enables you to problem solve, enables you to be more creative, enables you to be able to regulate that intensity of emotion. So give it a go. See how you feel. I'd really love to hear how these are helping you. And try it a few times. Can I suggest that you practice it before you're feeling really, really anxious or really stressed or worried or whatever? And then, even if you start to feel that sense of anger or frustration at someone or something, just take a step back and do this. And it's a difference then between that reaction and actually responding. So good luck with that. And I hope you're doing okay, and keep safe.